Hey guys, how's it going, Companion? I am in California now, and well, I want to tell you guys about Lock and Load. How good is Lock and Load? Well, it turns out oh, yeah, it's not really that great, but it is a very interesting card, and it is a card that is one of those wild cards. I mean, we talk about the potential of cards a lot of the time when people like myself review cards before they come out, and there's a lot of cards with high potential, and Lock and Load was one of them. Comparatively, a card like Mysterious Challenger is also a very wild card, a very high potential card, and sometimes, a deck is just good enough, or in Mysterious Challenger's case, a little bit more than just good enough to form and work and do all that. And, there was some anticipation for Lock and Load to do the same, but it really didn't. This card sees almost no play anywhere in the entire game of Hearthstone. In fact, I'm going to show you guys some cool moments I have with the card, but two of those moments are actually from a Tavern Brawl. It was the Underdog Rules Tavern Brawl, where if you have 4 or less of a health disadvantage compared to your opponent, you will get a random 2 or 3 drop creature at the start of your turn. And Lock and Load is a card that's actually particularly good in this format, and I want to describe that, and I want you guys to understand how the card works, because even with cards that don't necessarily work, often they can change. When the game changes in a specific way, sometimes a card like Lock and Load might actually be one of the best things you could be playing. And that's why it's important to realize where the potential lies. So let's just get Arena out of the way. Lock and Load is really bad in Arena. It's really bad in Arena because the main strength of Lock and Load is that it gets an unexpected amount of creatures or damage or just something you can't possibly play around in Constructed. And playing around, for instance, exactly 2 kill commands is really relevant in a Constructed format. But when it comes to Arena, well, they just might have 3 or 4 kill commands, so that aspect is completely gone. And also, when you draft Arena, you really won't get that many spells, and there's actually only very few specific spells that really work with Lock and Load that you can't expect to actually be able to draft the same time you get Lock and Load. Is it really that bad of a card? Not really, because you gain a lot of value from it. It's just that value is not really an aspect that even in Arena, hunters are very familiar with. So it's an okay card. It can be very good, but in general, it is very lackluster. It's absolutely below average, and because it is an epic quality card, you just about, and in my case, I don't think I have ever seen the card in Arena. So it's just a non-factor. But in Constructed, the reason it hasn't worked is because the other tiers of hunters are just better, are just more consistent. But that doesn't mean that Lock and Load is bad. It's because consistency is really important in a meta that has very fast decks. You have to keep up with those, and you have to do consistently well in the early game to be able to do that. And a deck that has Lock and Load won't really be able to do that. Lock and Load has really good synergy with cards like Tracking, with cards like Hunter's Mark, and these are 2 cards that really only punish control decks. They don't really work at all when everybody is playing aggressive decks. Also, Lock and Load as a card doesn't work against people playing just aggressive decks, because as a hunter, the best way that you play against an aggressive deck is by playing absolutely every single card imaginable as fast as possible. And you're not able to draw cards, you're not able to save cards for turns where you have a lot of mana and have a chance to play a lot of spells with Lock and Load. So that is the main issue. And the tiers of hunter as follows. There's basically Face Hunter, the fastest of the hunters, and most people on ladder are playing Face Hunter because, well, that's where we're at in the meta right now. If the meta slows down a little bit, Mid-Range Hunter is like the king, right? Mid-Range Hunter sees a lot of tournament play because in the Conquest format, often people will try to actually punish fast decks, and in doing so, they'll lose to something like Mid-Range Hunter, which punishes slow decks. And Lock and Load, I feel is a new type of hunter that you have to play that punishes the really super control decks. It makes it so the really super control decks that control every aspect of the game can no longer control every aspect of the game, because if you lock and load, and in some cases you can actually stack lock and load. You can play a lock and load, play another lock and load for, just 4 mana, but you get a hunter card off of that. Then every spell from that point on in that turn, you get 2 hunter cards. And, if by the end of that turn, you're sporting like 2 extra kill commands, an extra quick shot, an extra weapon, a deck that's super control that basically aims to counteract every single action you do can no longer do that. In fact, has absolutely no chance of doing that. So that is the strength of Lock and Load. And, Lock and Load was released in an expansion, TGT, that I feel tried to, but ultimately failed to promote a slow metagame. So I think the idea was that Blizzard was trying to make the metagame slower, and they tried to give hunters a tool that would allow them to make a slow deck as well that would combat the other slow decks. But that first part of people playing slow decks just never happened. So that's why the card sees no play, but it doesn't mean it's objectively bad. It's just situationally bad. And with the way Hearthstone has been going for a while now, that situation may persist for a long time. But in the case that it doesn't, in the case that people suddenly switch to very control-y decks, or if like a Tavern Brawl suddenly promotes very slow, very controlling decks, or maybe in some cases, as you'll see here in a moment, more specialized rules, cards like Lock and Load, the wild cards, you really have to keep them in mind because you can steal a lot of wins and you can have a lot of fun when other people just won't expect what you have. So it's just cool to look at the cards, and it's just an awesome card to play as a whole. So check out the games. Hopefully I've given you guys some insight and some appreciation, so one day, maybe you can use this card and find a spot for it when others miss it. Check out the clips, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll keep the Shadow Flame because we have the Ancient Watcher.
Put this apple on your head.
Oh my god. Should I Shadow Flame? It's BGH.
I've got the beast in my sights. Gotcha.
Yeah, BGH very rarely hits anything. I mean, he had Shredder, so he's probably running high main. And he might be running like a Houndmaster as well. So there's some chance he'd Houndmaster a high main. But that's pretty damn small still. Okay. Good chance it's freeze trap, by the way, so let's just play this. There's the high main.
Running the program. Hug.
There's freeze. Oh my god. That is really fucking scary. High main into Dr. Boom.
I see you.
That's a problem. Should I tap? I mean, I basically have to play Jiraxis or Alistraza next turn. If I get silenced, I obviously just die anyway. Oh, I died to kill command quick shot anyway. What would I die to that I otherwise wouldn't? I won't tap then. Alright. Lock and load. Okay, looks like we survived.
You face Jiraxus, Eldar Lord of the Burning Legion.
Damn it, gotta draw. Oh boy, that's a nasty one. Okay.
I'll show them.
Probably top deck the silence. Hunter's Mark. What's the last card? I'm not dead yet. Fuck! Quick shot from lock and load, really? Oh my god! Ooh, lock and load tracking. Oh man, that's so cool. Alright.
You will regret this.
Death comes. Death comes.
He has to tap for me to not get a creature. Oh, he doesn't give a fuck. Alright.
Do.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Summon me.
That's pretty bad. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's get Hunter's Mark. Let's Hunter's Mark that. Let's kill it with that. We got a snipe. Fuck. Yeah, call pet I don't think works too well.
Taste my steel.
Death comes.
Oh! How much is that? This makes 4 damage. So it's 4, 4, and 5. It's 3 off lethal. Damn. I think I just do it though.
Unleash the beast.
Silence!
Death comes.
Trouble will be purged.
Because, I mean, I can track into a direct damage card. I still have the weapon. Still have a lot of creatures on the board. Winner, boys. We're basically playing like mid-range hunter right now. We're building a board to threaten a huge lethal swing.
Death comes.
That sucks.
Trespasser! You think this is money?
Should have drawn.
Now.
I'll show them all!
Yeah, you're right. The tiger is probably better to kill. Because the shade's a 5/5 anyway.
I can taste the mana.
Oh my. Lock and load. Lock and load. Hunter's mark. Arcane shot. Let's put that on the tiger. Do I mill myself if I use that? I'm at 9. I'd go to 10. Yeah, I would actually mill myself. Okay, I want to do damage to him.
Now.
Oh, I should have put that on one of these then.
Your soul shall suffer.
You think this is money?
Okay, that was fun.